Hey y'all, it's Raj with EV365, and today we're taking the Fisker Ocean 1 on a drive. Hey y'all, so here we are on the road. And we're driving the Fisker here in the Earth mode. The Fisker comes in 3 driving modes: Earth, Fun, and Hyper. And the Earth mode really is the mode that you need to be in to get the maximum efficiency as far as mileage on a battery pack charge. And that's what the EPA rating of 360 miles was based off of. In this mode, you're only in front wheel drive, so it's only using one of the 2 motors that you got, which is why you get a lot of that efficiency. And I think it also maybe cuts the AC down a little bit, but I can't really tell the difference. So I'm not sure if that's the case or not. And if it is, it's not pulling it back so much to where it's noticeable. But like I said, Earth mode really, like you can tell, it almost doesn't feel like you're driving an EV. It's pretty heavy on the acceleration to get up to speed, and yeah, like here I just kind of feel like I'm gliding along, to be honest. So really what Earth mode is going to be used for the most is if you're on a road trip and you're on the highway and you're going to set speed, pop it into Earth and maximize that fuel efficiency. I mean that mileage efficiency that you're getting out of the battery pack. And that's what you'd use Earth mode for. Or if you happen to get yourself in a situation where you're low on juice and you need to get home or you need to get to a charger, obviously be in Earth mode at that point too. So we're gonna kick it into Fun mode, and you'll see, yeah, right there, you can kind of feel that back motor kick in almost instantly. Feels like the steering gets tighter. Yeah, and it's super responsive. And now you feel like you're driving in an electric vehicle. Like you hit that accelerator, like we were already going pretty fast there. You can go 75 here. We were going 85. But yeah, even going at these speeds, you kick that accelerator, you can feel it. Yeah, going up. And just fun to drive in Fun mode. And this is the mode that Fisker recommends that you drive in kind of on a daily use. I think kind of being able to go in and out of traffic, pass people up if you need to, take exits, get onto entrances onto highways, acceleration from a traffic light. This is going to be the mode you want to be in most of the time. All right, so now let's kick it into Hyper mode. And you'll probably, yeah, you can kind of feel that kick in. It's not that another motor's kicking in, it's just giving you more power. And man, whoa, woo, yeah. Yeah, that, you can get up pretty fast without even feeling it. And it was quick. You can feel that power. Yeah, if you like driving, this is definitely the mode to be in. You can tell it's responsive, but that acceleration, even at, we're going 78 right now, and you can still feel it kicks in right away. We got some police here, so we'll slow down a little bit, and we're gonna exit over here and show you some of the other features, like the different settings for the regenerative braking and things like that. But yeah, I mean, Fun mode and Hyper mode, I think anybody will be happy with both of those. Obviously, if you're not too worried about range and you just kind of want to really enjoy the drive, man, Hyper mode is fun to be in. Maybe they should have called Hyper Fun. But no, Hyper mode is really, it's a joy to drive. But for me, the past couple of days I've been driving day to day in Fun mode, and it's been perfect for day to day driving. I haven't needed anything more than that. I'm able to get in and out of traffic, take off from lights quickly enough. And the response on the steering wheel and the braking and everything feels really good. So yeah, we'll exit over here and go over some of the other features. Yeah, while we're exiting over here, another thing I wanted to point out, which is something to point out these days, I guess, is the steering wheel shape. You know, this one comes with a round steering wheel with the flat bottom, which I'm a fan of this style steering wheel. But what I like the most about it is the shape. It's got this angular shape that just fits your hands really good. It's chunky. So in general, it just makes the car feel premium, but it allows you to handle the vehicle quite well. So real happy with the steering wheel, and I'm a top of the steering wheel driver a lot of times, or I like to hold it here on the bottom. So I definitely need a fully round, or like a steering wheel that's got something to grab onto all the way around. So real happy with this steering wheel. All right, so before we pull over, I did want to give y'all a little driver's perspective of how the Fisker handles on some of these smaller roads. So I popped it back into fun, which is the day-to-day driving, and we're here on Mount Bunnell in Austin, and this road is pretty windy, so it'll be a good test just of kind of how the car drives on a smaller road at slightly lower speeds, with a bunch of curves and things like that. So we'll just get an idea of how responsive the steering is, how good the braking is, and I'm on full regen as well. So yeah, I'm hitting the brake there a little bit, but yeah, it's taking these turns really well. Super responsive. Here I am accelerating out of the turn. We're going uphill. You can see it's a little curvy going uphill. Yeah, carving it up. Carving it up. Yeah, it handles really, really well on these hills and these turns. And even in the highest regen braking, obviously going a little faster and going uphill and downhill, you're gonna have to apply the brake and help out. So yeah, just handles really well on these small roads. So I think you'll be happy with how this thing drives. It's and that's just in fun mode. So I'd imagine hyper mode will bring you even a little more performance if you're somebody who likes driving like that. And we'll just give you a little view here at the end, see if you can see some water. But yeah, just a nice pretty little drive. So, and here's a little feature I discovered on the rear view mirror. I went to go adjust it. So I've got the mirror here, and it's just your traditional mirror, and the Fisker is pretty narrow in the back. So, you know, you got some view through that window, but not a whole lot. But if you pop it up, you get the camera, the rear camera on the mirror. Let's see if you can see that on there. Yeah, I think you can see it, and you get a much clearer, wider view of what's behind you. I think that is awesome. I did not know that was even a feature. Just kind of stumbled across that on accident. So wanted to point that out to y'all. Pretty cool. Yeah, I think I'm gonna leave it on that. Keep noticing things while I'm driving. So something else I noticed is the smaller screen above your steering wheel. When you're driving, you know, this screen will show you, it'll give you warnings if there's a vehicle to the right or left of you with yellow flashes or yellow lights. You also get those yellow flashes and lights on the corners of your the little screen in front of the steering wheel, which is pretty helpful. You don't have to look over here to get those kind of like safety warnings. So another cool little feature that I didn't know about and just kind of figured out while we were driving here today. So wanted to point that out. All right, I brought y'all back to this mode, so you got to look at my face again. One thing I wanted to point out, I didn't test out the cruise control while we were driving. Fisker hadn't yet, I think, activated all the sensors and stuff. That's all coming through a software update, and at that point, I think we'll get the true cruise control that's adaptive, that can tell where traffic's at, the lane keep assist, and all those types of features. So I didn't want to test that out yet until that's fully baked and sent out to us. And I think that'll even have a little bit of driver assist, you know, to where it keeps you in the lanes and things like that. So once that's available, we'll test that out and make a separate video. But I didn't want to just show y'all cruise control. So, but if you need to know, you can control the cruise control from here, and you can adjust the speeds using the wheels once it's activated. So now we're here in my neighborhood. We'll just test out the different regenerative braking options. They've got low, medium, and high. So we'll get going here. Oop, we're in parking. Yeah, whenever you stop, the Fisker does like to put that parking brake on you. So you got to be ready to turn that off. There we go. Yeah, there we go. Takes a little used to getting, but the button's over here on the left. All right, so we're in fun mode and just in the low regen braking. So we're not going too fast. We're in the neighborhood. So I'm just going 20 here, and I'm just gonna let off. And you can see the car's still rolling it pretty far. So this regen braking to me honestly just feels like a traditional vehicle. So it doesn't feel like it's giving you a lot. There's a little bit there, but obviously that's not going to give you a lot back. So this would be for people who don't like to drive with regen braking. It'll feel much more normal to them. And then when we kick over to medium, yeah, there's a little bit more. You could sort of do like low speed one pedal driving with that. But yeah, to be honest, I don't know why anyone would ever pick a mid-level regen braking. Either it's low because you just don't like regen braking, or you go to high, which basically allows you to do one pedal driving. Now the one thing, and now we're in high, so I'll show you how that does. And we're going, yeah, 20 miles an hour. We'll let off. Yeah, you can see that's stopping pretty quick. Now the one thing about Fisker though, it doesn't have full stop. So then you do have to apply the brake on your own. Now I know that's something they are trying to get in there through a software update. So once they get that in, that'll be a nice feature to have, because one of the issues with that is right now, the Fisker, if you're sitting on a hill, either facing down or up, it's gonna roll in either direction. So that's something I definitely want them to add to the vehicle, so you can kind of have that full stop when you're at a stopped position and really do full one pedal driving. Here we are at a stop sign, and see, I'm just blowing by it because the vehicle doesn't come to a full stop. So that's the regen braking, and now the only thing left to test is put this thing on hyper and use my first ever boost. So let's find a good place to do that that's not in the neighborhood, and we'll give that a try. Now you need to be in hyper mode to use boost, which we are. You go to your driver's screen under settings, driving, and it's got boost, and you have to turn boost on. You can leave it off most of the time. And then if you want to use it, this is like some Fast and the Furious NOS type stuff. If you want to use it, you turn it on and it shows how many you've got remaining. So I've got 500 remaining because I haven't done it yet. This is our first one. And a big thing you want to check again with the Fisker, it always likes to put you put the parking brake on. So make sure you've got that turned off before you hit that boost. And then obviously if you're going to do it, make sure you're being safe about it and you're on a road doesn't have a bunch of vehicles. That's my safety tip for the day. All right, here we go. So we've got it in hyper, got boost on, and we are off. Oh yeah, here we go. 1, 2, 3. Yep, 60 right there. Woo! Pretty fun. Yeah, that boost is pretty cool. So yeah, and now if you look at our boost numbers remaining, 499. Yeah, that's how you get that sub 4 second, maybe 3.7 second 0 to 60 time. Again, it's kind of a party trick, but if you're into racing or into taking people at traffic lights, that's probably a feature for you. It's not something that I plan on using all that often. And now, you know, if you've driven electric cars, that fast takeoff and the torque that you feel and everything, it's exciting when you first get the electric car, but then you kind of get used to it. So it's not something, even though my kids do enjoy, they call it launching, they do enjoy it every now and then. So we'll at least launch them once with the boost mode here. But yeah, it's just something cool that you've got just one other little feature, party trick that you can show your friends when you first get this car. All right, y'all, so that's the Fisker Ocean One driving review and overview. And I gotta tell you, I really enjoy driving it. I think because of the size of the vehicle and the weight, since it's an electric vehicle, it feels really planted to the ground. And the steering wheel helps too, it being so chunky but having this like grip that feels really solid. Just makes you feel like you're in control of the car, and it proved that out when we were driving it. It was going around those turns, it was really easy to handle, it was real responsive. And then in fun mode and in hyper mode, you're gonna have a driving mode for everybody. You know, in fun mode, that's gonna fit most people that buy this type of a vehicle. And for those enthusiasts that want a little more performance, hyper mode's gonna keep you happy. And then if you live your life a quarter mile at a time, you've got the boost option should you need it. So we'll make updates as Fisker sends out software updates and more capabilities. But if you've got any suggestions on things y'all want to see, let us know. And we'll try to make videos of that. So thanks for watching. And I feel like every video needs to end with us going into ocean mode and driving off. So here we go. California mode, that is. Hang loose, y'all.